How's everybody doing?
Hi, Coach.
Oh, let's see. Okay, my internet's moving slow. Give me 1 second. I was trying to look at something real quick. Okay, so good evening, everyone. I'm Coach Najla, and I am your Shopify, what I like to call your Shopify success specialist. And tonight we're going to be looking over some Shopify audits because my boot camp, Shopify Basics boot camp, is coming up Sunday. Let's see. Drop a 1 in the chat if you are purchased the Pro Pack, Pro Bundle, and will be in the class on Sunday. Okay, we just got 2 people. I hope we'll have more in the class on Sunday. Okay, so for those of you, I posted earlier today about enter your chance to get a full live audit of your Shopify store. So for those of you, again, that's just now joining, I'm Coach Najla. Let me just tell you briefly about the week that I've had. If you're not aware, I am in the Navy. I'm a chief in the Navy, which is an E7. And so Monday, I just came back from vacation. You know, I was on vacation for about 3 weeks, came back with COVID. So my first day back at work was Monday, and we had advancement results released for E7. And so with that process, it's like a 6-week process once you get selected to E7. It's almost like going to boot camp all over. And so now I have a sailor that's been selected. I'm what they call his sponsor. So everything he kind of has to do, I have to be there. So that means I'm getting up at 5 a.m. For the past couple of nights, I got like about 4 hours of sleep, 5 hours sleep. So with that being said, I would like to apologize in advance if we can't stay on till 9:30, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, we're going to try to, make sure we kind of keep it short and simple. So I apologize. So customer happiness team, do you have the wheel of names pulled up? If you could share your screen. So I had 8 people text me audit to have an audit done on their site. So go ahead and spin. Okay, Von Teresa. Or did I say it right? Please unmute. Be in the room. Okay, we spin again. If you're not in the room, let's see. Okay, Darlene Porter. All right, Darlene, can you unmute your for me, please?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, so you sent me your site, so I'll go ahead and pull up your site and we'll look at it. Did you complete the Shopify challenge?
Yes, I haven't done much with it yet. It's still pretty much the same. I'm still working on it.
That's okay, and I see that you have a 1 in the chat, so we'll get you together in the boot camp. So let's see. I'll go ahead and share my screen. Okay, so some of the stuff briefly wanted to go over with what we're going to be talking about. So a website audit is basically making sure we have certain components for your store on your website. What is basically user friendly or customer friendly. So which I see you did the Shopify challenge. So some of the stuff that we will be covering in the boot camp is just making sure you completed what we've covered in the Shopify challenge, but we'll start diving deeper into setting up your shipping, creating invoices, doing your store policies, taxes, and understanding the themes and the navigation of your online store.
Right.
I'm sorry, just give me 1 second. This is my son.
It is. He all right?
I apologize. And then he said, "Are you teaching right now?" Is it urgent? No, it's right. Okay, so yes, we're gonna go over in depth the settings on your Shopify store and some of the themes settings also in your store. So looking at some things you want to make sure that you have on your store is, let's see. You want to make sure you have clear and easy navigation on your store, on your website. So we see we have a home, catalog, back to school, spirit gear collection. So that's good. So when your customer comes to your site, they click back to school, they go straight to your back to school products. Spirit gear, you have your spirit gear collection. So that's good. So as you start to add more, also in bootcamp, we'll get into the more in detail on how to customize your menu navigations to have sub menu navigation. Let's see, are you featuring different products and collections on your homepage? So you have your back to school, spirit gear, kids party, and you have your different products. So we'll go more in depth as well in the boot camp on how to customize your homepage more. So if you choose just to have an image, or if you just want just a bunch of collections, you know, we'll walk through how to do that.
Okay. I do have one question.
Yes, ma'am.
I did buy the domain. I really didn't know what I was doing, but I bought it through Bluehost. Was that a good domain to go through?
I'm not sure because I personally used DreamHost, and I could drop that in the chat for anyone who's interested. That's who I purchased my custom domains through, because when I had Wix, I had a different domain. Then when I opened my Shopify, I purchased another domain. So I'm not familiar with Bluehost, but I am a customer of DreamHost, and it was very inexpensive, and I was able to pay for like multiple years. I think I wouldn't be billed again until 2025, and I purchased it in, when did I start? 2021. And it was less than $50 that
Mhm.
I was able to get my custom domain. So
So I just, because I didn't know how to do it. So, because I wanted my name to be changed up there and everything, like to
yes.
domain.
So in the boot camp, we will walk through how to update your custom domain if you already have purchased one. So that's one thing you want to make sure that you have ready and you have your domain ready, because again, you know, I'm military. So boot camp, that's extensive. We are coming to work. We are coming. The whole goal of this boot camp is for you to take orders, know how to, if you need to create an order, and send a customer an invoice. We'll be going over that. And we're doing this. My goal for you is to have an understanding of how to operate your Shopify store. There's no need to pay someone to do this stuff for you. You can do it for yourself. And there's also a reason why my class is before Coach Chrissy's class and Coach City's class, because once you have an understanding of your Shopify store and you're able to get your products up, get your custom listing, your navigation set up, your shipping, local pickup, local delivery, get those things set up, that's going to help you easily transition into Coach Chrissy's school marketing boot camp, because now you're ready to go to these schools, get these contracts. You're already going to have your site set up with the schools. You're going to know how to do that. You're going to know how to get these orders and set these listings up. And then when City comes in to talk about the marketing, again, your site is going to be ready, good to go. Because also Coach Chrissy has another boot camp after the school marketing, and that's her Etsy boot camp. And in that, she's talking about how we're using Etsy as a lead magnet to our Shopify store. So this boot camp is solely focused on having a fully functioning and operating Shopify store. Because at the end of the boot camp, I will be scrubbing or doing an audit of everybody's Shopify store. I want to see that, hey, Coach Najla, I done got my first order, second order, whatever. I want to see orders in the group that you are now getting these customers out of your inbox. And what I'm willing to do is sponsor someone a seat in Coach Chrissy's boot camp. So if I see that you got everything on your store that we cover in the boot camp, and you've taken and you're putting your site out there and you are ready to go, that is what I'm willing to do. So you got to get into this boot camp. You got to get these things done to be for a chance to win a seat in Coach Chrissy's class. Does anybody have any questions so far? Hold on, let me find my chat. If you have a question anytime, drop a 2 in the chat. Okay, so let's see. So, so your domain will get taken care of. Let's see. Okay, Nika, go ahead and ask your question. You can unmute.
Will there be in the the class Shopify Sunday, will you be showing us how to add like the section where they can upload their photos and the colors and things that they want on their customized shirts?
That wasn't a plan to go into that,
Mhm.
but I could possibly cover that. I could cover something very simple.
Okay.
If majority of them, if that's what majority of everybody is willing to do, and you willing to get into this boot camp, I will make time to cover that.
Okay.
So, now it is an app, and so that will take more time. So I definitely need people in that room that is definitely interested in that. And I am more than willing to cover that.
Now I am about to get ready to purchase it, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to attend live. I'm still working on childcare, but I am going to purchase it so I can watch it later. But I'm trying to get in live.
Oh yeah, and that does remind me, Happiness Team, go ahead and drop. I am discounting the boot camp to $150, and that code will be live until midnight tonight. I'm sorry. Thanks for saying. Happiness Team, go ahead and drop that information. So that is my link. It is $150 until midnight. So go ahead and if you're not haven't already purchased the Shopify Pro bundle, this is your a la carte purchase. And like I said, I do plans to have some giveaways. Again, we're working. We are working. Might even be a quiz. So this boot camp, I'm gonna make sure that we have everything we need, because I do not want anyone to sit here and come back to another Shopify challenge. The discount's not working. Happiness Team, if you could check on that and see what's going on. I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, I don't want anybody to come to another Shopify challenge and say, hey, I'm still taking orders in my inbox. Because again, with Coach Chrissy's marketing class, her Etsy class, and Coach City's class, even Rich from Anywhere, when they do their boot camp, basically everything that we're going over in this boot camp is the stepping stone one for these marketing classes. That's coming up afterwards. So it will do you a disservice if you're in this marketing class and you still don't have your Shopify together, or you still having to take orders in your inbox, because Coach Chrissy is going to go through and tailor it on, hey, y'all covered this in Coach Najla's boot camp, so this is how I do it on my site. So she's not going to be saying, oh, I got this, I'm taking orders in my inbox. She's going to say, hey, I created a group listing. This is what I did. You should be able to go in and now, okay, let me create a group listing like Coach Chrissy. So you will have the tools to be able to do so. Let's see. Now, Darlene, you still there? Is there any other questions? While we before we continue with Darlene's audit? If you have a question, just drop a 2 in the chat. Okay. Darlene, do you have a question?
No, I'm still here.
Okay. All right. So let's see. So another benefit that I do see, that you do have a live chat. You have your chat box, and you have Powered by NA Lab. So you have the Pro bundle. Have you tested out your chat, or had anybody else test out your chat feature?
Yes, we've tested it out.
Okay. How are you liking it so far?
I like it, but I haven't used it for on any customers yet.
But it's easy. It helps. It's easier to have all your communication in one spot.
Yes.
Okay. So another thing, since you are Shopify in the Pro program, another thing that is a good to have on your site is your product reviews. So once you update that, will show on the footer of your website.
I have that too, so I don't know why it's not showing, but I have that also. We've done the Google My Business and the reviews. I don't know why it's not showing.
Okay. And that's the thing with coding. So coding on the back side. But if you're editing, you have to make sure you're editing what you're publishing for it to show. So with you having your chat widget, which probably code may not be reading correctly why it's not showing, but that's something we could probably take a look at Monday when we meet for the pro. Let's see. Now for your, sorry?
I may clicked on the wrong one or something because it was showing.
Okay. Okay, but we could take a look at it in the when we meet again and go over it to make sure.
Okay.
Let's see. So another thing you want to make sure that you have is clear product titles, and that your product titles matches your product, because sometimes product titles don't match when we're duplicating products, and that the product listing, the product description also matches. And I see it's good that you may also like showing the products that's featured on your site. You have subscribed to our emails, which we want to encourage them to use that app. So that way we're collecting that customer data in our app and creating tags for them. Okay, the happiness team just dropped a new code in the chat if you want to try that. Nika, let's see. Okay. Do you have any other questions, Darlene?
No.
Okay, does anyone have any questions? Drop a 2 in the chat. Okay, Jamie Jean, you can unmute.
Hey, good evening, Coach.
Hey, good evening.
Question.
Yes.
So I started to try to link, I guess, print on demand products from Artsad, but they're not. It looks like it's linking because when I look at the products, it's showing on the products, but then when I go to the site, it's not showing on my site. Is that a coding issue too, or is that something you'll be going over?
I will not. There's a separate drop shipping boot camp for Arts Ads, so that's not something that we're covering in my particular boot camp, but that is something that we're covering in another boot camp. You have to make sure your Arts Ad account is integrated first. I will say that in order for it. So your Shopify and your Arts Ad account has to be integrated in order for it to publish and show. So it's not a coding issue, because I just had to integrate the app, and when I publish, it shows on my site. I don't know if it automatically goes to draft first or if it shows active. But right now I don't have any Arts Ad. I think I may have one published to my store right now.
Yeah, it did come over as draft, and I went in and updated it and then put it as active. So on the product listings, they're showing active, but they're not showing, on the website. And I
Have
did
you checked your tags, your product tags?
Yep. I did that, even went back to Artsad, like, okay, I don't know what I'm missing. It's like, because it did port over to the product listing, but not.
Do you have more than one
showing.
tag on that product?
Yes.
So you may want to change it to any condition and not all conditions on your product tag.
Okay.
If you have it going to a certain collection. If you're using multiple product tags, you want to make sure it says any condition and not just all conditions for that collection. If you're doing it automated. But again, that's probably now getting into product and product tags. Now that's something that we'll go more in depth with in the boot camp. So I could probably take a look at it then. But again, specifically drop shipping and setting it up and linking and doing all that stuff, that's another boot camp. I have to, let me see, we'll check to see what date that's scheduled for. If anyone's interested. But it's on the Academy. There's the list of upcoming boot camps on the Academy. Just look at more products.
Okay.
Does that answer your question?
Yeah, it did. Okay, thank you.
Okay. Anyone else have any questions? Okay. So I'll go ahead and demonstrate my store to kind of give a visual of some things that we will be covering and how you kind of expect what we're going to be setting up on your site. Because you guys are real quiet tonight. Okay, so this is my site, expressivecreations.net. We'll get more into the announcement bars, and I got this Zoom tool. Can I move it? This announcement bar and how it rotates, how you can link text or other sites or web pages in the announcement bar. Can you see the announcement bar? Because I got the Zoom tool like in front of it. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, so like here, if you can click and it'll take you to my Instagram. And then my menu, have them as drop downs. And so I have different products, different categories. I have my email and adding other graphics to advertise. I have featured collections, then a featured collection. And then just highlight in what, just some information about my store all on the homepage. So as someone scrolls down, then I, just adding different elements to your homepage. And customer reviews have different types of reviews. And video, which in Coach Ant's content bootcamp, he talked about video creation and adding video banner. So I didn't do a video banner, I just added my video in a different spot. And then I have my State Lab CRM app, and this is how your reviews look on your page. But we'll get into our footer, adding like certain links, our shipping policy and information onto our site, our social media icons, and things like that on our store. Let's see. Let's see. So we'll go over like adding like other photo submission policies, things like that. Just basically customizing your product description or your product listing. Things like that. These are apps. That's more of our advanced. So I want you to master the basics before we start making things pretty. So the goal is to get a fully functional, nice, and updated site. And then we'll dive into another segment. So we're creating a Shopify series. So the next part of the series is like once you graduate from basics, you go to the advanced part of Shopify. And in the advanced part of Shopify, we'll start creating custom pages. So where you can design your pages and they'll look different. Like I have a loyalty program and have that designed a certain way, and it's different than just the regular product page. Anybody have any questions so far of anything else?
I do.
Yes.
So basically those pages that you just showed us, that's more for the advanced boot camp?
Yes. So that's a little something else that we'll get more in depth, because I need everyone to understand how to take orders, do invoices, and the sneak peek. I think City will be covering wholesale marketing, if I'm not mistaken. So we're more focused on being able to take these orders before now we can make things pretty, if that makes sense.
Definitely. Your
Yeah,
site looks beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm trying to find the trying to think where I put it. 'Cause I've been moving stuff around. Oh, here it is. Oh, yes. So Nika, you were talking about like custom listing. Is this what you were talking about? Customizing,
Yes,
uploading
ma'am.
photos. Okay, so yes. So if majority of the class is ready, and this might be a little bonus, but we got to make sure we get through everything else before I cover this part, because again, my main focus is getting orders. And if this little piece right here is also will make life easier for people to take their orders, we will most definitely cover it. I'll go ahead and add it to the outline of the class. But that will be the last thing that we cover. But it's fairly easy. Let's see. But yes, so I have it set up where just enter the name, schools, checkbox, upload pictures. Believe it or not, even though I have this on my site, I still have some questions and saying, hey, I don't understand, or I'm confused. So even if it's spelled out and it's self-explanatory, some people will still be confused. And that's why I'm very detailed in the information I have on there, because like some of my close friends text me and said, hey, I want a shirt. Okay, I make the shirt, but they said, how much? I'm going to put the custom listing and send them to my site. I don't even text them back a price. Now, what I will do is say, hey, I'll offer you a discount. But what I do, I make the product, their particular product, at discounted price, that custom listing, and I send them the link. I no longer sit here and say, hey, what's your shirt size? What's this? Now, when they message me, I say, do you want an all over or a center print? Like, what are you looking for? And because it's people I know, then I may go ahead and design it because I know they're going to buy the shirt, or I'll waive the design fee, especially if they're a returning customer. That's about the most communication business-wise that I will do in my inbox or text messages or anything like that. I don't, everybody's getting a product listing. You're going to give me your email, your information. I'm not taking no Cash App, nothing like that. Everything's being tracked on my site. I even was able to go back in the orders that I did take before I had a Shopify store. I was able to add it and put the payment option just so I could track like everything with my business, even before I had a Shopify store. So that's the fundamentals that I want everyone to understand of their website, because you shouldn't have to like keep paying people. You pay people just to design it. Now you're trying to pay somebody to work it. The whole point in the academy is we're going through this challenge to get an understanding of, okay, yes, we design a little bit. Yes, we do very little, but of opening your store. But the point of the challenge is to really understand the purpose of having a site. Now these boot camps are about to break down every little thing that we touched on surface level. So yeah, we talk about a little bit of marketing, but now you're getting a boot camp with City on email strategies for wholesalers, and with Chrissy, she's doing email strategies, marketing strategies with schools, and then Etsy and things like that. So it's almost like the Shopify challenge is an introduction into a better understanding. Let's see. Nay, we feel like we should have a product listing for each template we design. Now, the beauty of it, AI created some of our, Shopify has a feature for the product description that was AI. One of the products that we did, do I have it on here that I know off the top of my head? We used AI in the challenge. So this right here, I didn't need a template. Shopify AI drafted my product listing. So AI is it for now. It makes life so much easier. You do want to have an idea coming into the boot camp. Definitely review the Shopify checklist. I will be uploading some other documents that you will be able to review to make sure we're better prepared. But you do, if you have not already uploaded products or you have not been in the Shopify challenge, you want to come prepared with those products and a pricing idea. If you have questions from the Shopify challenge, like, hey, I was stuck on these weights and things like that, when we get into the shipping part and setting up, you want to go ahead and start weighing some of your products and sizing out your envelopes, your poly mailers, and your boxes or whatever shipping supplies that you're using. Have those numbers ready, because then when we get into the shipping labels and doing that, we'll go over how to go ahead and add that stuff. So going forward, you know how to do that, because I don't necessarily put a weight in all of my products. So I have a set shipping cost, but for me to create my label, I still have to weigh my final package and measure my final package. So I put everything in the container, then I weigh it, then I purchase my shipping label based off of that. So I don't weigh all my individual products. So that's just how I do it, but I'll walk you through both, whichever way that you choose. Let's see. Don't think what else. But really, honestly, that's it. Let's see. Let me show you the back end of my store. Again, if you have questions, just drop them in the chat. Okay, can y'all see the back end of my store? Just making sure, because I opened this in a new tab and moved it over. So I just wanted to make sure that you see it. Okay. All right, so this is the back end of my store. Make sure I don't show y'all too much information. But yes, we're gonna go over orders. You see how mine just say secure shipping, tracking, free, things like that. And pretty much these orders down here, I created invoices for those. So we're gonna go over all of this stuff. So these were invoices that I created because I took payment, took some payments like via PayPal, like the design fee, and then I went through and created an invoice and then sent it to the customer for them to pay. So all they did was like get a link. They just clicked on the link and put in their payment information, and it came through as an order. Let's see. So yeah, so we'll get more into navigation and setting up your menu navigation, your menu footer, things like that. We'll go into setting that up. Let's see. And really going over your theme settings on how to customize your store more.
You froze.
Hey, loves, I'm so sorry for the hiccup. We'll get it back to you as soon as possible. But for the meantime, if you have questions, feel free to drop that in the chat, and Coach Najla will answer the questions for you. Okay? Yes, loves. Coach Najla has just some technical issues on her end. So we do apologize for this inconvenience. So just hang tight, please. Thank you so much.
Apologize about that. My computer completely froze. I'm over here control alt trying to get to the tab. It won't do anything. So I'm gonna have to do a restart. I guess I got too many windows open. So I apologize. Does anybody but I also believe that's just divine intervention saying, Najla, you need to make sure you sign off on time and get you some sleep. Is there anybody have any questions? You can go ahead and unmute because I'm on my phone, so I can't really keep up with the chat.
I just was asking about the shipping. I saw that you were doing the shipping with the customers. That do you automatically have it to where it sends the emails out when things are shipped and when you receive the order?
Yes, that's an automatic, that's an automation that's already set up in Shopify that it does give them a shipping notification. And in the shipping, it actually gives you an option to notify. So you can fulfill, say, for instance, you have someone who purchased a lot of products. So for example, I had a graduation order and he ordered a yard sign. So of course that's drop shipping. I went ahead and fulfilled the yard sign because so his invoice, it showed he got a notification that his order shipped for the yard sign while I still worked on the other products. And then I was able to show that when his products was fulfilled and sent that tracking information separately in his order. So we'll cover all of that. So I let Coach Christy see the outline. She was like, that's a lot of stuff. I'm like, it's a boot camp. We're working. It's extensive training.
And
Because
then,
I'm trying to get you guys prepared for her class.
yes, I love that. Now, you were just talking about the drop ship. This may be a drop ship question, so I can wait. But whenever I know, like when you do the drop shipping, some of that has its own separate shipping costs. Sorry, my kid is jumping all over me. Have its own shipping costs. So how do you incorporate that in the shipping? Do you incorporate that price and the actual product itself? So let's say if it's $10 for shipping, you make that product $10 more to include shipping.
Yes.
Okay.
So like my yard signs are priced at $35 single-sided, $40 double-sided, I believe. I believe that's what my yard signs are. But when I order from Fort Over, I think their price plus shipping plus the single item order, maybe like 20 something dollars. So that's basically my customer, my times 3 price. Well, not quite times 3, but I still at least make a profit off of the product, and then it covers the shipping, if that makes sense.
Yes, it makes sense. Thank you.
Yeah, okay, no problem. And plus with that customer, they had multiple products. So of course their total shipping was over $200. So they had free shipping, but the cost of my products covered shipping and I still made a profit. So again, I will teach you how to do these things, but ultimately is whatever you decide on how you want to run. It's just what makes things easier for me.
Okay, thank you.
Coach, so
Tracy, you said so Shopify keeps track of order processing as well. Can you unmute and explain? Because I'm not sure what you mean. Is Tracy, are you? Okay. Anybody else have a question?
I do.
Okay, what's your question?
So let's say that anything like you discussed about the yard sign, if you outsource any of the products that's got to be sent to the client, basically you're gonna like kind of double the price in a way, so you can cover the expense of the shipping as well as the cost. Am I leading in the right direction, more or less?
Yeah. So for me personally, items that I drop ship, I don't really have to do anything. So I at least, me personally, like to try to make a $10 profit. So at a minimum a $10 profit. So depending on what it is, I think with my yard signs, I may be between $10, $15 profit. You know what I'm saying? So, but again, if they're purchasing with multiple products, then you're bundling in. If you offer discounts, you know, all of that changes. But keep in mind, I also still do charge shipping for my customers up to, I think I changed it to like $100 now. So some people say, I guess like custom products that I actually make, I do more so like 3 times the cost of what it would take me, because at least 2 times the cost of the product and then 1 time for my effort and energy. So it depends. What are you worth? Are you worth it? Your skills worth 2 times the cost of the product that you're offering?
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, what's your worth? If it's 3 times, hey, that's my worth. Like, I design
Yep.
a masterpiece. And that's another thing that you could do. You can up the price of your product if you don't charge a design fee, or you know what I'm saying? You have to find what works for you. Sometimes if I have a template and I just need to change something quick, I may not charge them a design fee because I've already did the work. So I may just say, hey, this is the cost of the product. You're not getting a discount on the product, but you know, you're paying full price. So it's up to you. But a lot of my customers are people that I actually know. So my situation is a little bit different than marketing to different people, strangers. So sometimes, you know, I do things a little bit different. But again, Coach Chrissy gets into more of the marketing and structure and standard that she has for these customers when you're bringing in bulk orders or group orders. Excuse me, let's see. Okay, Tracy, you said when your orders come in, does Shopify keep track the same way Etsy does? Now, I do not. I did the Etsy challenge and have not opened this store. So I don't use Etsy. So I don't know how Etsy tracks the orders, but when Shopify, when you get an order, it does track. And by default, your first order, and that's what I was showing when my screen froze. So I don't know if anybody actually saw my order screen, the list of orders. So you have the list of orders, and then you can see, you can archive them, you can fulfill them. So yeah, it keeps track. And that's why I don't take any orders in my inbox, text messages, or anything like that. That's why I always send everybody a product listing for them to order, because Shopify does track everything. And that way, when you do your taxes, you have a sheet, you can look at your profits. That's why even on the product listing, it gives you the option to say, hey, what was the cost of this product versus what you charge? Because then it's going to calculate your profit margin, which that's a whole nother topic for another day. I'm sure Doc might get into, but because, you know, you're making sales and this is what your money, but what you really want to track is what is your profit? Because after all of your expenses, what are you really making? So Shopify tracks that. That's why I use it. Let's see. Okay, Nay, you said, Tracy, I hope that answered your question. Nay, you asked on your site, when they pick their design, does your design automatically add to the cart? I'm not sure what you mean. Are you able to unmute and kind of explain that?
Sorry for the typo. I meant, does your design fee automatically like add to the cart, or is it an option for them to add it themselves?
No, actually, it's a separate listing on my site. So when someone says, hey, I'm interested in a shirt, I automatically send them the design fee listing. So if someone already saw my site and saw something that they like and they send me a picture of what they want, like, hey, I want this, then I will send them that product listing that that design is on. Like they say a shirt, they like this, but they want different colors. I'll send them that product listing. But I do have a separate listing to where like I was trying to demonstrate the graduation listing. That's the design that they will get. There's no variations to that design, but they'll put, you know, the colors, the logos, and things like that. That right there, I don't necessarily charge a design fee for because I've already did the design and they're doing multiple products. Now I had someone who wanted like a custom design. So what I did was to send them the design fee and they paid that. Then I created the design and then I sent them a mock-up of all the products that I was offering. And that's why I ended up creating a invoice for her and sending it to her, because what she did was take my mock-up and take orders from people, other people. And then she brought all the orders to me. So that's why when I sent her a invoice. But again, that was still me going in, creating the line items. Now that my site is fully up and running, she could go on. Now that the customers can go on and select each item that they want and add to cart, if that makes sense.
Yes. So if it's pretty much just swapping colors and text and, you know, changing out the picture, then you're more than likely to waive the design fee, opposed to something that is a little more involved and is essentially the customer's idea, basically.
Right.
Okay.
Right. So that's why I said I deal with a lot of people that I know because I'm getting ready to move. So I'm not trying to expand to local customers. So my situation is different because I do move every 3 years. And so I have less than a year here left. So I'm not trying to hold too many products and things like that. So I only tailor to majority of people that I know. And I have a couple of people that reach out that I don't know. So again, this lady, I didn't know her. So I made her pay a deposit because I don't know her. And she actually sent me a design of what she wanted. And I wasn't able to recreate that design. So I had to do something custom for her. And then she had another customer and sent me that design. So she got charged a design fee as well because that was something else I designed from scratch.
Okay.
So I would recommend, yes, getting that $25 fee. Now, if you saying, hey, this is my design fee, and then you want to add it to the final order or give them a credit for that deposit, you can. Or hey, the design fee is the design fee. That is 100% up to you. You do what's best for you. But I've seen people operate both ways.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like Morticia said, the price is the price. Hey, if the design fee is separate, cool. If you want to use it as a deposit, cool. It's up to you.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. Let's see. Yes, Morticia. We're covering. Hold on, Morticia. Can you unmute? What you mean ordering to prepping to ship it out the door? Can you unmute, Morticia?
Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah. So basically what I meant is because I never really sold anything out of Shopify. So will you show us like from the time you get an order, like your process, just so I can have an idea of the processes you go through to actually taking the order from your Shopify to actually packaging it and all that intricate stuff.
Yes, that's what I'm gonna also put it in the course description. Come with, like, if you already have boxes or bubble mailers, poly mailers, or whatever that you're shipping your products in, have those measurements of the bubble mailers. And if you choose to enter the weight for your specific products, have that ready, because I will go over how to create the shipping labels, and how to enter in the different kind of preset your different packaging in the shipping section for the shipping labels. Me
Okay, yeah.
personally, I don't do the individual weight of my products. Say pretty much all zero. So what I do, depending on what my customer order, I package everything, then I weigh it, and then I measure it. Then I go in and create my custom listing. But if I sell a lot of single tumblers, then I may weigh what my tumblers are. That way, if someone just order a tumbler, I can automatically ship. But because we kind of do custom products and we do a lot of different products, that didn't necessarily work for me. If I was just a t-shirt company and all I sold was t-shirts, then yeah, I can have that preset and just print off a shipping label. It'll be the same.
So if someone order online, and say for instance you have it as the weight is not in on your Shopify store, and somebody from Chicago does not local order online, how will it accurately, I guess,
that's where we go into detail in the boot camp. So
okay, gotcha.
it calculates, but again, you can calculate stuff, but what works for me, I have my shipping prices preset. So it doesn't matter if it's shipping to Chicago, California,
it's the same price.
For my shipping is the price. And whether I had a lady pay more for shipping than the cost of the product because you spent under the threshold for free shipping. That was
okay.
And it just so happened that her product was this much and shipping was this much. The price is the price. It's an incentive to buy more to get the free shipping. So
got it. Okay.
That's what was easier for me.
Okay. Yeah, I always opt for easy. So
yeah, but for you, when you being Shopify accelerator, I say that Rich from Anywhere course definitely covered that stuff in our in the accelerator.
Okay.
That the Facebook ads one. So if you go in that course and click on that their class, it helps.
Okay, well, good. Okay, thank you. I appreciate it.
Yes, Nancy, we will cover that. Again, that's where I was showing how we create the order and how I created the invoice for the lady. I think that's when my computer froze. Trying to show y'all the back end of creating a invoice for a customer and sending it to them. I don't know how much I could show without showing too much personal information. If I'm not able to show it without showing my customer's personal information, then I will provide screenshots. So there'll be Happiness team will have a working document that will have screenshots. I'll add screenshots with their information blurred out to show you the steps. Excuse me. I have different shipping options. I have tiered shipping rates, if that makes sense. So like if they spend less than 25, is one amount. If they spend between 25 and 100 is one amount, and then it's free 100. So I do it tiered, like a tiered level, but it's all my custom prices. Now, I don't offer rush services at all. So I because my schedule, active duty military, I can't guarantee anything. So I could sit here and say, yeah, I could do your order tomorrow, and then at work there's something going on that has to be my priority. So I personally do not charge a rush fee. I don't offer any rush services. So if someone say, hey, I need this shirt by Thursday, then I'll just say, I apologize, I'm not able to fulfill your order. And that's it. If they ask if I know anybody, I have referred people to because me personally, I'm not a last minute type of person, and I like to put time and quality into my work. And I don't want customers that are always going to be last minute. That's just my preference. So again, you have to operate your business what best suits you. I don't do local deliveries or local pickups. I've had people in the same city as me. I've been to her house and I've shipped to her house and she's paid shipping. So again, my business for me, because I do move every 3 years, I set it up to be an online business. So a lot of my customers aren't even local, they're everywhere. Because I know people in almost every duty station that I've been at. So even the ones that are here, I don't offer local pickup or local delivery. Everything from my site gets shipped. So that's just how I do it. But I will show in the boot camp how to set up local deliveries and local pickup for you. So we will cover that in the boot camp. If that was your next question, Felicia.
Well, yes, that too. I'm just tired of people like, I gotta pay for local. I gotta use my gas. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I was asking, do you charge for local deliveries? I don't have nobody picking up for me. I'll go meet them at a place or to their house or whatever. Yeah. But
you can still set it up as a local pickup at a location, because I think Coach Guyanne says she do local pickup, but she does it at the address for local pickup is like a Starbucks or McDonald's or something like that, like a place. But there's a way that you could do it, and that's what we'll get in depth. Because again, the whole goal is to make sure we cover and everything in your back end of your store, so that way when you're going to these schools and you're getting these local contracts, if it has to be local pickup, if it has to be local delivery, you know how to go in and set that stuff up and have it ready. So they really could just go online and place the order and pick their options. And I have it turned off on my store, so it won't even show that I offer local pickup or local delivery because I turned those off. But however, you're able to set up. So for instance, my shipping address, I'm able to choose what address I want to show, because my business is registered under my home address. Because again, I know I'm moving, so I don't really mind that it's out there. But that's not the address that I use on my shipping labels or as my business address. So we'll go over that, setting up different locations, because we're trying to expand and grow our business, and you might have a warehouse. When we're setting up and going over, well, not in this class, but when we get to drop shipping, you're going to have products that, hey, where's this product shipping from? Oh, this one's shipping from Arts Ad. This one's shipping from my home location, which we're going to have as my business address. So you'll be able to set up where your products are coming from and how to have one address showing on your shipping label. Like if you have your business set up like me with a home address, which is not recommended. But again, my situation is different. Okay. Is there any questions? So again, customer happiness team, I don't know if you can drop the coupon code again. Sign up for the boot camp. Again, it's Sunday, 4 p.m. I'll be uploading resources, trying to make sure you're prepared to get to work on the boot camp. And also sit there and look at your store, look at your site. Don't be afraid to click on buttons, because again, if you mess up, just hit cancel. Don't hit save, discard changes if you feel like you done changed something. And come prepared with questions. I do want you to sit here and say, hey, I saw this on my back end. What is this? I'll be more than happy to answer whatever questions, but you're going to have to kind of do a little bit of, let me explore so I can ask and get a better understanding. And it will help smooth, like, hey, I saw this. What does this do? Because the 27th, the boot camp, that's the time. That's the time to ask these questions. That's the time to get these stuff on your store. But again, for all the pretty graphics and get more into all the other different Shopify apps and how to add those to my store and how to set those up, that is our advanced boot camp. But we don't want to get into too much other stuff until you fully grasp the basics of Shopify, have a basic understanding, because we want to focus on one thing at a time in this Shopify series. So that's why the Shopify classes are spaced out, because I want to teach you something and I want you to be able to grasp it and understand it before we introduce you to some other feature. And then here you go, like, wait, I forgot how to do this. So that's another thing. And don't forget, after we're done with the boot camp, Coach Chrissy will be doing her school contract. So if you've taken her previous marketing class, she's going a little bit more in depth and more detailed and focused with obtaining these school contracts. And then after that, so Coach Chrissy is on the 3rd, on the 7th, that Thursday. So really, the Thursday after Coach Chrissy's class, the 7th, Coach City will be in, and she's going over wholesale email marketing, so business to business. So that's something else that will be beneficial to add. And now having your Shopify store set up and having this understanding, now you can go in and enter these wholesale prices and bulk orders and things like that. So let's see. Oh, yes. And thank you, Happiness Team, for dropping my coach's page. So I'll be uploading some more freebies and resources on my coach's page for tips and things like that. So make sure you check that out. And if nobody have any other questions, that's it. I look forward to seeing you guys in the boot camp on Sunday. So any questions before we sign out? Okay, going once, going twice. Okay, well, as Doc would say, until next time, bye.